I'm sorry. All right,
Yeah,
now go.
start over.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Hey, Adam, just tell me a little bit of your process, please. From start to finish, walk me through under 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
So usually it starts with a phone call and just kind of a quick discussion to see the scope of the project, and timelines, deadlines, make sure that we're on the same page and we can work together kind of on the most baseline business aspects. After that, I usually like to visit the site, see your house, see what your project is, what you have in mind, make sure I feel like I'm the appropriate architect. And if I am, then I will try to get you a proposal for services. The first part of the design process is actually a needs assessment. So we need to find out exactly what it is that you want, what you are able to do to your property, both legally in terms of zoning and budget-wise and structurally, and just kind of go through that and collect all the information before we start designing. Once that's done, we'll take field measurements. We will build a 3D model of the house, and revisit kind of the scope of work before we get into the design. And then we start doing design ideas, schematic design, somewhere between 2 and 6 ideas, depending on the size of the project. And we'll sit down with all those. Probably half of them you'll discard right away, just not appropriate. The rest we'll pull ideas from and kind of try to put it together into a single design idea. And then we'll take that design idea and we will tweak it and develop it until we have a final design. Kind of once you are signed off on the final design, we'll do our construction documents, showing everybody how to build it, what the materials we're using, that sort of thing. And then we give those drawings to the contractor. The contractor goes downtown and applies for permits. If the town needs any additional information, we will provide that for them. And eventually we achieve permits. And that's when the fun starts.
Then we start breaking the walls.
That's
Correct?
right. Exactly.
All right, you did it in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for walking me through your process. And then from there, once the plan's done, you just disappear. What happened next?
Usually my contracts are written so that I will give a lump sum for the contract up through permitting. Once permits are done, then I will work on it hourly. If I'm needed, I'll come out to the site and just charge hourly. I'm usually out there a couple times on every project. Once you start doing demolition is when you find all the problems. So in the beginning, usually there a couple times at least.
So what's an average extra cost will be for the families? Just a rough idea, and the surprises usually they will find.
The surprises that are found are structural damage, bad piping, conflicts between piping and structure, where you're trying to open up a wall and didn't realize there was something there. That doesn't happen a lot. Usually we can kind of
minimize
suss out
that.
what's there. Yeah, we can minimize that. So sometimes probably $400 to $500 at the most. I rarely go over that. It's not too much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we find sometimes instead of finding problems, you find opportunities. So that's another kind of time when I might come out and take a look around.
Wow, that seems very cheap, Adam.
Yeah, I can be out there. I'm more than willing to come out on a scheduled field inspection. If you want me to come out, make sure everything's being built right. Again, looking for opportunities, looking for future kind of conflicts. Sometimes weekly or bi-weekly meetings scheduled is the way to go. Usually do that on commercial projects. It's almost a given. But on residential projects, it's also an option.
Okay, so that means if somebody wants you be there every week, like once a week, how long does it take? Like 1 hour a week, something like that?
Yeah. Again, depending on the size, longer in the beginning, maybe hour and a half right after demolition. By the end of the project, it's a lot less than that.
Okay, now I have to ask Adam, 150 is an hour you charge. Is that what you charge counting your travel time or just on the field 150?
Um, that is an ongoing debate with myself. I usually charge $50 an hour for travel, and then an hour, and then 150 in the field.
Okay.
But I run it. Yeah, it's rounded up to an hour at least.
Okay. Seems cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
Yeah,
not bad.
it's not. It seems cheap, and having an expert on the side with a peace of mind is worth more than $150.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay.